Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Go ahead and find a comfortable seat. Let the eyes close. Take a slow, deep breath in. Feel the back body lengthen. As you exhale, soften through the shoulders and the face. Take another conscious, deep inhale. As you exhale, just let everything go. Giving yourself a moment here to fully arriving into your breath, into your body, into the present moment. I want to share a short passage with you by Pema Chodron. She writes, "We find that the present moment is a pretty vulnerable place, and this can be completely unnerving and completely tender at the same time." I invite you as you practice to see if you can invite yourself back to the present moment every single time you notice that you have wandered off with a thought, venturing into the past, starting to conjure up what might happen in the future. See if you can keep inviting yourself back to the present moment, that place where it's a little vulnerable, but it's also very tender. It's a little unknown as well. We don't necessarily know what will happen next, which feels scary, which is where that vulnerability comes in. But see if you can really tap into the present moment over and over again as you practice. Bringing the hands into prayer at the heart center, lightly lift your heart up toward the thumbs, opening with 3 ohms. Breathing in the vibrations of Om, letting everything else go. The eyes float open. Interlace the fingers, start to make some figure eights with your wrists, just warming up those joints. Without thinking about it, reverse the direction of your figure eights. It will probably not be a figure eight on the second side. That's okay, yes? Let it be sloppy, let it be messy. Stay present, let that go. Shake the wrists and the hands out. Plant the feet. Hold on to the backs of the thighs, sit up nice and tall, hinge back, lift those shins, let go. Here we are in Navasana right off the bat. What was your immediate reaction? What was your immediate thought about that? Yes? Lower halfway down, Ardha Navasana, feet hover just off the mat, shoulder blades hover just off the mat. Come right back up. And lower, Ardha Navasana, abdominal muscles drop down and spread wide. Back up through center. One last time, lower Ardha Navasana. And back up through center. Plant the feet, slide the palms back, fingertips face your heels, press up to tabletop. Lift the hips, open across the shoulders, opening through the front body. Lower those hips back down, lift the shins, reach the arms long. Here you are back in Navasana. Lower Ardha Navasana, a little different this time. Knees go to the left, arms and torso go to the right. And lower in center, knees to the right, torso to the left. Lower Ardha Navasana here in center, knees to the left, arms and torso to the right. And lower through center, knees to the right, torso to the left. One more time each side, lower, hover, hover, hover. Knees to the left, torso to the right. Stay present, lower into Ardha Navasana. Knees to the right, torso and arms to the left. Lower Ardha Navasana back through center. Lift the shins, lift the heart. Plant those feet, slide the palms back, press up to tabletop. Mindful that you're not just dropping the head back. Stay lengthened through the back of the neck. Lower the hips back down. Cross your shins. Come forward onto your hands and knees. Stacking the shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Inhale for cow. Tuck the toes under. Hammock the belly down. This should feel nice after the abdominal work we just did. Exhale for cat. Untuck the toes. Rounding chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhaling for cow, tuck the toes under, open wide across the collarbones. Exhaling for cat, press into the thumbs, the forefingers, the pinky fingers, the tops of your feet. Inhaling for cow, really opening across the chest as you lift the gaze. Exhaling for cat, rounding low back, mid back, and upper back. Coming to a neutral spine, lengthen the right leg long behind you with toes tucked under. Rock back and forth a few times, opening up through the leg, opening up through the foot. Stack the shoulders over your wrists, spin that right heel down to the mat, reach the right arm up toward the ceiling. Wrap that left hip under you, reach the right arm overhead, relax the right shoulder away from the ear. Circle the right hand and knee back down to the mat. Reach the left arm out and up, opening the chest and shoulders to the left. Thread that left arm underneath the right. Reach the right arm straight forward. As you press into the right palm, draw that right shoulder away from the ear. Relax the tops of the feet and the ankles. One more breath here. Slide the right hand back under the right shoulder. Reach the left arm out and up. Look up toward your left thumb. Lower the left hand down to the mat. Inhale for cow. Tuck the toes under. Feel those sit bones lift. Exhaling for cat. Relax through the jaws. You let all the breath go. Coming back to your neutral spine. Lengthen the left leg long behind you. Rocking back and forth. Make sure that pinky toe is getting a little bit of weight as well. And then stack the shoulders over your wrists, spin the left heel down, reach that left arm up toward the ceiling. Actively press into the outer edge of your left foot. Sweep that left arm overhead. Think of pressing the ground away with the right hand so you're not sinking into that shoulder. Circle the left hand and the left knee down to the mat. Reach the right arm out and up. Lift the gaze toward that right thumb. Thread the right arm underneath the left, resting the right cheek onto the mat. Reach that left arm straight forward. Make sure you've got the weight evenly on both legs here. Taking one more breath right between the shoulder blades. Slide that left hand back under the left shoulder. Reach the right arm out and up. Lower the right hand down to the mat. Inhaling for cow. Lift the gaze, tip the tailbone up. Exhaling for cat. Draw the navel in and up. Drop the chin all the way to your chest. Coming to your neutral spine. Lengthen the right leg long behind you. Left foot meets it in plank pose, top of the push-up. Just like you did one foot at a time, start to shift forward and back here. Draw those low abdominal muscles in and up. Stay open across the chest. With your next exhale, press back to your first downward dog, reaching the sit bones up and back, dropping those heels as close to the ground as they'll come. Fully present in this moment, start to pedal through the feet, sending one heel closer to the ground and then the other. Maybe shake the head out a little bit if that feels good for you. And then bend that right knee, straighten the left leg as much as you can. Spiral your torso toward that right thigh as you look under your right arm. Come back through center, switch, bend your left knee, drop that right heel as close to the ground as you can, and then spiral your torso toward the left thigh, look under the left arm. Come back through center, lift up high onto the balls of both feet, bend your knees, press your chest toward your thighs, looking right between your big toes. Lengthen both legs long and then drop those heels as close to the ground as they'll come, really pulling up through the front of the thighs. Shift a little more weight into the legs so you're not dropping into the shoulders or the wrists. Slow, deep breath in. Let yourself drop into the present moment. As you exhale, see if you can soften around any distractions pulling you out of the here and the now. Slowly begin to walk your feet to the top edge of the mat. There's absolutely no rush to arrive. When you're at the very top of the mat, soften the knees, let the weight spill forward. The crown of the head drops heavy toward the mat. The sit bones lightly lift toward the ceiling. Catch opposite elbows here. And it might feel nice to simply stay still. You might want to sway the torso side to side or shake the head out a little bit. And then switch which elbows on top so you're holding the non-habitual way. And again, maybe stillness is what you need. Maybe a little bit of movement feels nice. And release the elbows. Keeping the knees bent and the head heavy, slowly start to roll up one vertebra at a time. Your head is the very last thing to arrive. When you have arrived, no rush, you'll shrug those shoulders up and back a few times. Just let yourself find stillness, standing tall in Tadasana, mountain pose. Allowing yourself to be fully present. Sweep those arms out and up. Catch your left wrist with the right hand. Reach up and over to the right side. Come back up through center, switch, catch the right wrist, reach up and over to the left. Feel that right shoulder spiral open a little bit more. Come back up through center, reach up, high prayer. Draw your prayer through the midline as you fold forward over the legs. Let the weight rock forward in the feet. Inhaling to your flat back, reach the crown of the head forward, lengthen the tailbone back. Stepping the right foot back to your low lunge. Deep breath in, left knees directly over the left ankle. Downward dog as you exhale, pressing the backs of your thighs toward the back edge of the mat. Inhale forward to plank. Lower knees, chest, chin as you exhale. Baby cobra, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Downward dog as you exhale. Press your chest toward the tops of your thighs. Inhale the left leg up, three-legged dog. Open the hip, bend the knee. Lengthen the leg long, square the hips, knee to the nose. Shoulders come right over your wrists. Three-legged dog. Left knee to the right upper arm bone, cross all the way over the body, three-legged dog. Step the left foot between the thumbs, lower that right knee down, untuck the toes, climb the hands up to the top of the left thigh. Shift the hips forward and down, press into the hands to lift up out of the waist, reach the right arm up to frame your face. Reach up and over to the left side. Feel the right shoulder spiral open as the right hip spirals forward. Circle that right hand down to the mat. Reach the left arm up toward the ceiling for a gentle twist. Tuck your right toes under. Lift the right knee and thigh. Low lunge twist. Reach those left fingertips toward your back heels. Circle the hand down to the mat. Feet stay where they are as you straighten your left leg. Relax those shoulders. Left leg stays as straight as it currently is. Just bend your back knee. Get longer through the spine. Gaze past your left big toe and then spring forward. Right foot meets the left. Release over the legs in Uttanasana. Sweep those arms out and up. High prayer. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Sweep the arms out and up. Catch the right wrist with the left hand. Reach up and over to the right side. Really anchor into the outer edge of that right foot. Come back up through center. Switch. Catch your left wrist. Reach up and over to the right. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Come back up through center. Reach up. Look up. High prayer. Draw your prayer through the midline, fold forward over the legs, let it all go. Inhale to your flat back, try to get your chest parallel to the ground. Step your left foot back to your low lunge. Deep breath in here. Downward dog. As you exhale, relax through the jaw, spread the toes nice and wide. Inhaling forward to plank. Lower knees, chest, chin as you exhale. Baby cobra, press into the tops of the feet, hug those elbows in. Downward dog as you exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale your right leg up, three-legged dog. Open the hip, bend the knee, fully present in this moment. Lengthen that right leg long, square your hips off, knee to the nose, shoulders come over your wrists, three-legged dog. Right knee to the left upper arm bone, really crossing over the body here. Three-legged dog. Step that right foot between your thumbs. Lower the left knee down, untuck the toes. Climb the hands up to the top of your right thigh. As you shift the hips forward and down, lift up out of the waist, lift that left arm up to frame your face. Reach up and over to the right side. Feel the right hip crease pull back and in. Circle that left hand down to the mat. Reach the right arm up toward the ceiling for your gentle twist. Tuck the left toes under, lift that left knee and thigh, keep hugging the right hip in and back. Reach the right fingertips toward your left heel, circle the hand down to the mat, feet stay where they are, straighten your right leg. Keep that right leg nice and lengthened. Bend your back knee, your left knee. Get long through the spine, reaching your chest and your gaze past your right big toe. Spring forward, left foot meets the right. Let the breath go, let the head go, let any thoughts go. Sweep those arms out and up, high prayer as you reach up, look up. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Sitting into chair pose, Utkatasana. Soften the shoulders, soften the face, and you soften around any thoughts that are pulling you out of the moment right here, right now. Fold over the legs, let all of that go. Bend your right knee, tent up the right fingertips in front of your toes, straighten the left leg as much as you can, reach the left arm up toward the ceiling, spiral your gaze up toward that left thumb. Bring the left hand down, tent the left fingertips up in front of your big toes, bend your left knee, straighten that right leg, reach the right arm up toward the ceiling. Relax the shoulders. Lower that right hand down, release over the legs. Inhaling to your flat back, lengthening long through both sides of the waist. Step your right foot back to your low lunge. Left foot meets it in plank pose, top of a push-up. Pause here. Find your breath here. Draw navel to spine. Stay open across the chest. Gaze past the top edge of the mat. Don't check out. Don't zone out. One more breath in. Slowly lower straight down to the mat. One solid piece meets the ground. Baby cobra, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Lower the forehead down to the mat, tuck the toes under, press up to plank, strong and steady. Lower halfway down, chaturanga. Upward dog, come onto the tops of the feet, thighs and knees hover off the mat. Downward dog as you exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Deep breath in draws you into the present moment. Exhale, releasing anything that's not serving you in this moment. Lift up high onto the balls of your feet, just like we did in Navasana at the very start of class. You're gonna bend your knees, swivel on the feet so the knees go to the left, the torso goes to the right. You're pressing your abdomen toward the outer edge of that right thigh. Come back up through center, all 10 toes point forward. Bend your knees to the right, swivel on the feet, press your abdomen and chest toward the outer edge of that left thigh. Come back up through center. Drop the heels, lift the hips up and back. Inhale forward to plank, lower chaturanga halfway down. Upward dog, really press the mat away with the palms as you lift the heart and the gaze. Downward dog as you exhale, gaze right between your big toes. Inhale the right leg up, three-legged dog. Open the hip, bend the knee. Lengthen the leg long, square the hips. Knee to the nose, shoulders over your wrists, three-legged dog. Right knee to the left upper arm bone, cross all the way over the body, three-legged dog. Step that right foot between your thumbs, low lunge twist, reach the right arm up toward the ceiling. Reach those right fingertips back toward your left heel. Circle the hand down by the hip, try not to touch the ground as you rise up to your high lunge. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, rebend the knee. Inhale, lift up out of the waist. Open to warrior two. Spin that back heel down. Flip your front palm, peaceful warrior. Reach all the way up and back. Side angle, Parsvakonasana. Bring the right forearm to the right thigh. Reach that left arm overhead. Lift up out of the right side waist. Wrap that right hip under you as you spiral the chest toward the ceiling. Circle the left hand down to the mat. Spin to the ball of your left foot. Reach the right arm up, right back to your low lunge twist. Reach the right arm overhead. Circle the hand down inside of your right foot. Walk the hands to the left as you straighten the right leg. Coming into your wide straddle. Prasarita Padottanasana. Toes turn in just a touch more than the heels. Circle the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, reach your knuckles toward the ceiling. Let the weight rock forward as the crown of the head drops down toward the mat, pressing into the outer edges of your feet. Release the hands. Sweep the arms out and up, high prayer. Turn the heels in and the toes out. Cactus those arms, find your squat. Check that your stance is narrow enough and the toes are turned in enough so that the knees are over the ankles and middle toes and you're not rolling in. Shoulders are right over the hips. Take one more breath here. Don't check out just because it's uncomfortable. Pivot to face the front of your mat in your high lunge. Inhale, straighten that right leg. Exhale, rebend the knee. Draw the left knee up toward your chest, just finding the balance for a moment. Step right back to your high lunge. Lower the hands down to the mat. Step back to your downward dog. Lift up high onto the balls of your feet. Knees go to the right. Press your torso toward the top and outer edge of that left leg. Come back through center. Pivot on the feet, knees to the left, torso to the right. Really press your chest toward your thighs. Same shape we had in Navasana at the start. Come back through center, drop the heels, lift the hips. Inhale forward to plank, lower chaturanga halfway down. Upward dog, really press the ground away, open across the collarbones. Downward dog as you exhale. Inhaling your left leg up, three-legged dog. Open the hip, bend the knee. Lengthen the leg long, square the hips, knee to the nose. Three-legged dog. Left knee to the right upper arm bone, crossing over the body. Three-legged dog. Step the foot between your thumbs. Low lunge twist. Reach the left arm up toward the ceiling. Reach those left fingertips back toward the right heel. Circle the hand down. Try not to touch the floor as you rise up to your high lunge. Shoulders right over hips. Inhale, straighten the left leg.
Exhale, rebend the knees. You inhale, lift the heart, the chin, and the gaze. Warrior two as you exhale, spin the back heel down, reach long under the arms. Flip your left palm, peaceful warrior, reach, 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 reach. Side angle, bring the left forearm to the left thigh. Reach that right arm overhead, actively press into the outer edge of your right foot, lifting your inner right thigh, wrapping that left hip under you. Circle the right hand down to the mat, spin to the ball of your right foot, reach that left arm up, low lunge twist. Reach the left arm overhead, circle the hand down, walking your hands to the right as you straighten your left leg, finding your wide straddle, Prasarita Padottanasana. Really let the weight shift forward in the feet. Press into the outer edges of your feet. Lift the arches all the way up through the inner thighs. Circle the hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers the non-habitual way. Reach your knuckles toward the ceiling. Let the crown of the head drop heavy toward the mat. And release the hands. As you inhale, sweep those arms out and up. High prayer. Turn the heels in and the toes out. Cactus those arms so strong through the upper body, yes? Don't let the elbows droop. Think of pressing the elbows and upper arms onto shelves on either side of you. Sit a little bit lower if you can. Pivot to face the front of your mat in your high lunge. As you inhale, straighten that left leg. Exhale, rebend the knee. Draw that right knee up toward your chest. Really pull up through the standing leg. Step back to your high lunge. Lower the hands down to the mat. Step to your downward dog. Lift up onto the balls of your feet. Knees to the left. Press your chest toward the outer edge of that right thigh. Come back through center. Pivot on the feet. Knees to the right. Pressing your upper body toward your twisted bent knees. Come back through center, drop the heels, lift the hips. Inhale forward to plank, lowering chaturanga halfway down. Upward dog as you inhale, downward dog as you exhale. Come back to your breath, fully present right here, right now. Allow yourself to have whatever feelings are starting to bubble up. Allow yourself to acknowledge whatever thoughts start to surface. Try not to attach to them. Try not to start wandering off through your personal narratives. Lift up high onto the balls of your feet. Bend your knees, gaze right between your thumbs. Either walk or hop to the top of the mat. Flat back when you've arrived. And release over the legs. Just let everything go for a moment. Sweep those arms out and up. High prayer. Exhale, prayer to the heart center. Sitting into chair pose, Utkatasana. Bring the hands into prayer at the heart center. Lift your heart up toward the thumbs. Twisting to the right, so hook that left elbow outside of the right thigh. Check that the left knee didn't scoot forward, really pull it back. Lift your heart up toward your thumbs. Try to get that right elbow to point straight toward the ceiling. Come back through center, lift the heart toward your thumbs, twist to the left. Hook that right elbow outside of the left thigh. Sit back and down a little bit deeper. Lift the abdomen off that left thigh. Twist, look up toward your left elbow. Come back through center. Lift the heart, lift the arms. Sit those hips down. And release over the legs. Let it all go. Inhaling to your flat back, lengthening long through the spine. Step your left foot back to your low lunge. Right foot meets it in plank pose. Pause here. Strong and steady, fully present. Let yourself be present in those moments that are uncomfortable and hard, and then just observe what your natural tendencies are. One more breath in. Be tender, be kind toward yourself. Slowly lower straight down to the mat, one solid piece. Baby cobra, press into the tops of the feet, lift the heart, lift the gaze, hover the palms off the mat. Circle the hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Reach your knuckles back, lift the thumbs away from your seat. Your choice, you can keep the feet grounded or lift those legs. One more breath in, see if you can lift a little bit higher. And release down to the mat, rest the right cheek down, big toes touch, heels wing out. If it feels good to sway the hips a little, sway those hips. And then rest the opposite cheek down, just a little passive neck stretch here. Again, if it feels good to sway the hips, sway the hips. Bring your forehead down to the mat, bring the palms under your shoulders, child's pose, hips to the heels, big toes touch, knees are just as wide as they need to be here. Breathing into the low back. With every exhale, see if you can physically soften and release. Allow that to be an invitation for the mind to soften and release around any thoughts or distractions pulling you out of the present moment. Slowly roll up to sit on the shins, letting the hips fall to one side, bring the legs out in front of you. And then bring the soles of your feet together, let the knees fall open, sitting up nice and tall. You're going to actually not twist, you're just gonna round forward, bringing the forehead toward the tops of the feet. Let those hips melt open, let the low back round and release here. Taking a moment while you are literally looking in toward yourself to check in. Taking your temperature, so to speak. Where are you at in this moment? Not where you were a few moments ago at the start of your practice, but right here, right now. Slowly roll up to sit. Draw those knees together. Make sure you have space behind you, and then slowly start to lower all the way down. And your entire spine is on the mat. Hug the knees into your chest. Let the low back release. Let the shoulders melt open. And then let the knees fall to the right. Keep those knees belly button height or higher. Reach the left arm out from the left shoulder. Gazing over the left fingertips or up at the ceiling. Soften that left shoulder. Bringing the knees back up through center. Let the knees fall to the left. Reach that right arm out from the right shoulder. Scoop the right shoulder under you and down toward the ground. And again, either looking over the right fingertips or up at the ceiling. A nice passive, cooling and calming twist. Come back up through center. Hug the knees in. And then lengthen those legs nice and long on the mat. Reach the arms by your sides, palms face up. Let the eyes float closed. Finding that sweet stillness physically and mentally as you drop into Shavasana, your final resting pose. Allowing the efforts of your practice to soak in. Remembering that no effort, no matter how small or how large, is ever wasted. The present moment is a pretty vulnerable place.
This can be completely unnerving and completely tender at the same time. Let your next breath be a little bit deeper. Bring some gentle movements into the fingers and toes. Gently nod the head side to side. Bending your knees one at a time, sliding the feet onto the mat. Reach the arms long overhead, stretching through your torso. Gently roll to the right side into fetal position. Pressing into your top hand, come back to your cross-legged seat, allowing yourself to find stillness with the eyes closed when you've arrived. Bringing the hands into prayer at the heart center. Take a deep breath in, lift the heart up toward the thumbs. Exhale, softening through the shoulders and the face. Sealing practice with one Om. The best within me bows to the best within you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.